We're cruising 14 miles an hour, a little boost from that downhill start.
Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Atomi. This is their E20 electric scooter. I did receive this sample to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and see what's inside. This video is only possible because of Insta360. Experience life unfiltered with the Insta360 X3. Shoot now, reframe later with epic third-person views using the invisible selfie stick. Enjoy 5.7K 360-degree video, 72 megapixel photos, and 4K single lens mode. With a rugged waterproof design, powerful AI editing, and stabilized footage, redefine how you capture adventures, elevate your content game, and get your X3 today. All right, here's a look at all the contents. So first up, you'll see we have our user guide and manual, followed by our kickstand. We have a hook to install, the included charger. So got your standard generic power cable and barrel plug to connect. Here's a look at the charger if you want to see any of that information right there on the input or the output. And then the rest of it's going to be the scooter itself. We got the handlebars there up at the top with wires connected, so we'll have to assemble that. Same with that piece there. And then you'll see the rest of the scooter with those nice metal disc brakes. Pretty fancy there. We got some extra product info down here. You'll see where the kickstand goes and where we can charge the scooter. Take a look at that info though, if you're interested, and get a nice peek at the underside of the scooter. Now let's go ahead, let's get everything set up and installed. So first thing we're gonna assemble is the kickstand. You can follow the instructions right there. While we have it lying nice and flat on the ground here, we'll just take the kickstand, we'll line it up with those holes right there, and we'll drop these two bolts in place and fasten everything down. All right, there we go. Kickstand has been installed, and you'll see now we can just kick it out of the way and kick it down when we want to use it. Now with the scooter propped up at the kickstand, we're going to work on getting the handlebars installed. So what we have to do here is you'll see we have two holes there, and then on the handlebars themselves, you'll see the two holes there. So we're going to fish this cable in, line that up right here, gently press it in, and then we'll take two out of the 4 included screws. They all appear to be the same size, and we'll fasten the handlebar to the scooter. Just like this, and slide it in place. Ta-da! All right, we got the 2 fastened down in the front. Now we're gonna come over here, we're gonna prop this up and lock it in place. All right, you'll see we have it snapped and locked in place. If you ever need to remove this because you want to fold it down, we have this little lever you have to release right there, and then just gently push and everything will come right back out. And then just snap it again to lock it back in place. Now you'll see on the back side of where the handlebar is attached, we have 2 more holes that line up. That's where we're going to be able to install the hook. So we'll take those 2 remaining screws and the hook piece, and we'll fasten them in right there. There we go. You'll see we have the hook installed. Everything looks great. So this is the only piece we have left, and honestly, I'm not sure what it is, so we're gonna hold on to that in case we ever need it in the future. All right, so here you go. Now you're looking at the fully assembled scooter. With the scooter being fully assembled, I wanted to go over a couple of key controls, then we're gonna look at the mobile app, then we'll try it out. So you'll see on page 9 of the user guide, they have all of your different functions and settings. Hopefully this is helpful to you. If you lose this user guide and manual, you can always reference the video here. But to power on and off, short press the power button to turn on, long press to turn off. To adjust your speed modes, you're gonna do a short press between the different power buttons to cycle through. So you'll have the first one, eco mode. So that's gonna be the white icon, 10 kilometers an hour. Standard mode is gonna be the green one, 20 kilometers an hour. And sport mode is going to be your red one, that is 30 kilometers an hour. Then you can quickly press the power button 5 times to switch between kickstart and zero start, depending on what you prefer.
So again, if you have kickstart enabled, it's got to reach 3 kilometers an hour before the throttle is going to work. Then we have the headlight. You can just press the button one time to turn the light on or off. It's the little light icon at the top, right above the power button. Rear light, no operation needed. Then you'll see our metric option, so we can quickly press the power button 6 times to switch between kilometers per hour and miles per hour. Then you'll see we can press the light button 2 times to switch between the trip and odometer, so you can keep track that way. And then electronic lock, quickly press the power button 4 times to lock and unlock the scooter. So that's what you need to know there with the controls. Very basic, simple, and straightforward. Now let's look at the mobile app. All right, now you're looking at the Atomi app downloaded on our mobile device. Just scan the QR code. It's a free app available for iOS and Android devices. Once you have it downloaded, you'll be at this screen where we can add our scooter. Just select add device and it's going to discover it automatically. You might recognize that app. It sure looks like a Smart Life app clone, so you could probably use that too if you really wanted to. So there we go. We have our device. Just hit the blue plus button and it's going to work on adding it for us. It just connects via Bluetooth. We now have a Bluetooth indicator light on the display of the scooter itself, and everything has successfully been set up. Now looking at the scooter settings, top right hand corner, info. So we have our device information here. We could rename it, share it, delete it. Next, you'll see we have our single mileage and total mileage. So basically our trip mile and our overall mileage on the odometer. We can adjust the same settings you can do on the display right here. Which speed level do you want? Do you want to lock the scooter or not? Then we have some quick control options so we can adjust our unit as well. And then we have our headlight. It beeps, it actually turned the lights on for us, and we can turn them off. And we can pick and choose our start mode. That's going to toggle between them right there. And then we have our riding record. Once we ride around, it'll keep track for us. And then we have a navigation and vehicle positioning function here. So if you want to have it get access to your location, it'll show you a map and a speedometer right there as you're navigating along. So pretty cool functionality built in if you want to use your phone, you know, keep it with the scooter, that sort of thing. You have a couple options there. Or if you just prefer to change the settings within the app versus trying to remember certain buttons and combinations, you have that functionality built right in.
All right, so we're on the scooter. It is going to be windy here. We're cruising 14 miles an hour, a little boost from that downhill start. So far, so good. Comfortable holding the handlebars. I'm 5'9", 5'10", so it feels like a good height for me. I've got rather large feet though, so I could always use some more room on a scooter like this. It's wide enough, it's just not long enough. Handle's nice. Again, we're maxed out in that sport mode. A couple of bumps there. Oh, we hit 15. And then I got throttle all the way down, but I can tell it's slow and responsive on those hills. Not enough power. It'll make it up, but it just won't go as fast as you want. Definitely bogged down. Got some rough bumps right here. Oh, this will be wiping out. Oh, all right, not bad. We'll go in the grass a little bit. Really kills the performance. I mean, look at that. We're on pretty flat ground. I hope it can make it. Oh, I gotta go back on. Look at that. Amazing. So, kind of get the feel for what it's capable of doing. We're getting in a nice assist right there from the wind. And we're going uphill too. Going uphill. So once we kind of reach cruising speed, we're good, but man, this will be downhill a little bit, so we'll go in the grass again. Really, I mean, it's not made to be off-road. It looks more off-road than the other Atomi scooter I was riding. That actually seems a little bit better, even though this one looks more park. Definitely geared streets, downtown cities. All right, now I'm giving you the real life Google Maps review. How's it going? Almost had a little collision there. That's how quiet we are. We're in super stealth mode. Handled bumped just fine. Just ran over. Okay, and there's the brakes. And we'll do a full stop here. We'll get it up to full speed. Oh, there's 15 again. All right, and then we'll just crank the brake. Throttle's gonna be let go. 3, 2, 1, brake. I mean, it even makes a little skid mark.
All right, so after using the E20 electric scooter, let me share with you my final thoughts. Boy, I got a lot of stuff to cover for you guys. First up, with the scooter itself, it's a very basic electric scooter that just works. It's not gonna be the fastest, not gonna be the most powerful, not gonna be rugged to take it off-road, but I think it looks really nice. And it's practical, again, for urban environments, putzing around the neighborhood, your favorite park, things like that. That's where this scooter is gonna really excel. Yes, there's room for improvements, right? I want more power. I want the ability to have faster takeoff when you're on an incline, because you will feel the scooter get bogged down. It'd be nice if we could rip it a little bit more off-road too. The tires are great. It's got some good ground clearance, so I'd like to see, again, that added juice, another gear, whatever it needs to allow it to have more power on inclines and if you want to take it off-road. In regards to longevity, time will tell. I gotta say, with this scooter, there are some things I want to point out and just share from my own experience. Hopefully you guys have a different experience. But the first one actually goes back to the previous Atomi scooter that we reviewed, the Alpha. I really like that scooter a lot. We put probably over 50 plus miles on it already, just driving around the neighborhood. So that tells you we've really enjoyed using it. But that scooter, when we got that sample, the battery was defective. I did not know that until about like 20 or 30 miles in. And the whole thing just went kaput, wouldn't start or anything anymore. The good news is I reached out to their customer support, and right away they sent me a new battery because I said I could do DIY installation. But I got to dock them a couple of points because they didn't give me a new grommet. The battery was extremely hard to remove with the adhesive that they put on it. And they didn't give me any new adhesive to adhere the battery. So there's a lot of hodgepodging that I had to do that I really feel like the support should have provided initially. Now, back to the E20, why that relates is, so our first sample had issues from the Alpha series, and now the E20 series, this is actually our second scooter. So the very first one, that battery or scooter, something was wrong electronically. So I set it up, everything powered on, but it would not have any sort of activations. It was like it was permanently stuck in the lock mode, but you couldn't unlock it. You could connect the app, which is weird, but again, within the app, you couldn't unlock it, and you couldn't actually, physically change the buttons to adjust any settings. So I still don't know what's wrong with that one. That customer experience was not as good. It took a lot of photos and videos, and it didn't seem like they understood exactly what was wrong, which is fine. But after sending photos and videos, it should be pretty clear that you should swap out the scooters. They finally did that, but it took a lot of follow through on my end. So with that being said, hopefully this new samples work great so far. We got a couple miles on it already, but time will tell. They've always done the right thing for me, but lately it seems like in this experience with the E20, it was more kicking and dragging their feet versus the first experience where they quickly sent out a battery. So we'll see. Maybe you'll have a better experience. I really hope you do than I had, but it's a nice basic electric scooter, assuming you get one that works.